Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I want to talk about my PM or nighttime skincare. Now, I did in previous videos talk about my morning skincare, which is completely different. And my evening skincare, I think that evening time is a time when your skin is allowed to repair itself. So it's really important that you use good quality skincare in the evening, especially if you're over 50 like me. So the very first thing I want to talk about is Retin-A. Now, I want to clarify, I am not a professional. I do not have any training in skincare or really basically I have no training at all with skincare. So let's just talk about my one and only can't live without skincare. Now, the thing you should know also is that my skin is not sensitive. It's extremely dry, and I could pretty much put anything on my skin and I don't have any type of reaction or negative effect. My skin's kind of like leather. It just pretty much will take anything. I do several treatments. I do some microneedling and other masks intermittently, maybe once a month or so. But generally speaking, I'm just going to talk about my two products that I use consistently, and I have been using for probably 5 years. So first off, I'm 52 and I've had a lot of sun damage. I did not take good care of my skin until probably about 5 years ago is when I really started to look into different ingredients and what would be best for my skincare in particular. I want to first start talking about Retin-A or tretinoin. This is the one that I am currently using. It is typically in the US a prescription product. It is very potent and powerful, and it can have a lot of negative effects on your skin if you don't know what you're doing. So I do believe that it is probably the most, it's made the most impact on my skin, and I've tried, trust me, a lot of different products, very expensive to drugstore. And this is really the only thing that I've noticed making a difference in my skin. So Retin-A or tretinoin is a retinol. It's powerful. It comes in different strengths. So one of the lowest strengths is, I believe, 0.25 or 0.025. And that all of these come in a cream and or gel formula. I feel like the gels are a little stronger. I'm not sure about that. I don't know that for sure, but just the experience that I have on my skin, it definitely feels like the gels have a little bit more potency. Now, people talk about the ugliness or the uglies with Retin-A, and that is definitely factual. I don't think that Retin-A is something to use lightly. And I do recommend that you ask a professional, not me, ask a professional how to go about doing Retin-A properly. I'm just gonna share my personal experience and how I've done it and what I feel has worked for me. So I started out with 0.025% and in a cream form. And I really only put it on, I started putting it on maybe once every 3 to 4 nights. And I cleanse my face, I dry it almost completely. I leave a little bit of moisture on there. So the more moisture that's on your skin, I feel like the deeper the Retin-A penetrates. And I wouldn't recommend, if you have sensitive skin, I wouldn't recommend putting it on moist skin. I would recommend completely drying your face after cleansing and then put on some Retin-A. Now, the other thing So I'm not a patient person when it comes to skincare. I just like to see, you know, results. And with Retin-A, that's a product that is different than any other product, and I haven't had good results by trying to rush the process. So it needs to be done slowly and carefully. So starting, like I mentioned, I started with 0.25%. I would literally just put a dab of one, like the size of a pea or smaller, on the back of my hand. I would dab my ring finger in there, and then I would just gently like tap around. So you're not supposed to put it very close to your eyes. It does migrate. So if you put it on this orbital bone right here, all the way around, then it sort of migrates closer to your eyes. So I literally just put dab it on my forehead, on around the orbital bone, and then a little bit down below. And that's really all it takes. I do typically add some type of moisturizer. It can be super drying. And so, and you will get some peeling. So you should know that right out of the gate. Your face is going to peel and it's not pretty. But the exfoliating part of it is what is important. So after I apply it, then I usually add some type of night cream, something that has more of a creamy texture so that it can spread around to the other areas of my skin. I have tried all different types of products. I think that it's important to have something that has good quality products. I mean, you don't want to dilute the Retin-A so much that it's not having an effect, but you also want to have enough moisture where it's not completely drying out your skin and you're completely in a peeling state all the time, because that is not pretty. And I have done that. So what I'm currently using with my Retin-A right now is this product right here, CeraVe. It is the Skin Renewing Night Cream. It does have it's formulated with an encapsulated retinol in it. So it also has a form of Retin-A. It's a weaker form. It also has niacinamide, some peptides. It has good quality ingredients. I feel like CeraVe, as far as drugstore products go, is your best bet when it comes to high quality ingredients at a budget-friendly price. That's just my personal opinion. But back to the Retin-A. I feel like Retin-A, like I said, needs to be started slowly. It needs to be used carefully. And so this is how it sort of progressed for me. I started with a 0.025. I used that every third night for 2 months. Then I used it every other night for 2 months. And then I bumped it up to the 0.50. That, obviously is the next step up and is a bit stronger. And I use it in the same way. I did mix it with the CeraVe as well. And I did put, I did explain where I place the Retin-A, and that has been consistent throughout. I have not tried it on my neck, which I need to. That's sort of my next project, but I feel like you really need to allow your skin to get used to Retin-A and kind of feel it out and see how your skin responds before you bump up to the next step. So I did the same thing. I did it, every third night for 2 months, and then every other night for 2 months. And then now I'm currently on the strongest dose, which is the 0.1. And I'm not using the cream, I'm actually using the gel, which, like I mentioned, I feel like is like the next level more intense. So I am only to the point where I use it every third night. I do still have peeling, and obviously I'm not a fan of the peeling, but I feel like that's part of the process and that you need to allow your skin to exfoliate in order to have the full benefit. Another important point is that you cannot use Retin-A in the daytime because it exposes the new layers of your skin. And if you are going out into the sun and you're using Retin-A in the morning, you're basically just re-damaging the skin that you're trying to repair. So you're putting in you're allowing Retin-A to bring out the freshest, newest layer of skin, and then going in the sun is just damaging that new layer. So it doesn't really make sense. So you only use Retin-A at night. And I don't recommend that you jump right into it. I feel like there's a progression of products that you can try if you have sensitive skin before jumping into Retin-A. And anything that contains retinol or retinol palmitate, any of those forms of Retin-A are less invasive. They're more gentle on your skin, and they still will have an impact. They still will do the reparative damage or repair the damage to your skin that Retin-A does. It's just a little less intense. So yeah, so really I only use those two products. And it's been a progression. You can't rush it, like I mentioned. And like I said, Retin-A is only allowed by prescription in the US. You can purchase it online from other countries, which I have done. And if you're interested in knowing the websites that it is available online, I'm happy to share those with you. Just comment below and I can do that. I just don't want to encourage anyone to do something that's out of their comfort zone, something that they haven't experimented with. Lower forms of Retin-A to test out on your skin, because I certainly did that. Any type of acid, like glycolic acid, there are many other forms of exfoliants that can work to do the same reparative exfoliation on your skin to receive benefit. And so you don't have to go with the most intense form of Retin-A like I do. But like I said, my skin is extremely tough, and there really hasn't been anything that I've put on my skin that I've reacted to or has caused any sort of reaction. So use your own guide and what you feel is right for you. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Just put anything down in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. I'd love it if you would subscribe, and if you like these types of videos, please make sure and hit the like button and the little bell so that you're notified of my next videos. Okay, everybody. Bye, girls.